Welcome to Horror Hub, your cozy corner for spine-tingling stories and mysterious tales. Here, we gently peel back the layers of the unknown, inviting you to relax, settle in, and explore the eerie and extraordinary right from the comfort of your favorite chair. So grab a warm drink, dim the lights, and let yourself be drawn into the next chilling chapter. Nights in the old provinces of the Philippines feel heavier than anywhere else in the world. Not frightening by default, just older, like the darkness remembers more than we do. On evenings when the moon hangs low and swollen like a ripened fruit, the air becomes strangely still. Even the carabaos settle early. The old people say that on nights like this, the boundary between the living and spirits thins, and something that once was human takes to the sky in search of warmth it can no longer create. Her name is spoken quietly, rarely in full. Manananggal. In Tagalog, tanggal means to separate. Manananggal, the one who separates herself. She is a creature unique to the Philippines, though distant cousins exist in other lands. But none are quite like her. For here, the stories are not just warnings, they are memories. Stories whispered since the Spanish era, carried through generations like superstition embroidered onto everyday life. The folklorists say her tale roots deep in pre-colonial beliefs, aswang lore, the oldest of our monsters. But the people of the barrios don't talk about her like myth. They talk like she visits. They describe her first form, the woman she is during daylight. Beautiful, yes, but not in a loud way. Soft-spoken, pale, as if sunlight avoids her. Sometimes she sells herbal medicine at the market. Sometimes she lives alone by the mangroves. Sometimes she is someone's neighbor who rarely eats in public, politely refusing offers of food with a tight smile. Old midwives claim her eyes avoid direct gaze. Her reflection, said to appear delayed or fragmented, like the mirror hesitates to show her true form. And though no one sees her eat much, she never seems weak. People say she smells faintly of pandan or ilang-ilang during the day. Sweet, familiar, comforting. But at night, that same scent turns nauseating, rotten sweet, like overripe fruit left too long in the sun. When night deepens, when the streets empty and windows close, she prepares for the hunger no prayer can tame. Her transformation is the heart of her horror and folklore. She stands alone in a dark room or beneath the shadow of a mango tree or inside a hut where only one lamp flickers. She breathes slow as if holding back a scream. Then a split, a sound like tearing cloth and cracking bone. Her torso separates from her waist. The lower half stays rooted like a corpse, legs stiff, belly open like a gaping wound. The upper body rises, sprouting wings, thin, long, veined like dried leaf. Her hair loosens and flows wild, teeth sharpening, tongue lengthening. Some versions say her tongue becomes thin like thread, perfect for slipping through cracks in roofs. Others say it becomes pointed and pipe-like, used to suck blood and fetus alike. The variety depends on the region. Luzon says tube-like tongue. Visayas says sharp and proboscis-like. Mindanao speaks of hooks at the tip. She flies under the moon, flapping slow, heavy wings. That sound, villagers say, resembles tick-tick. The further she sounds, the closer she truly is. The aswangs are deceivers. If the tick-tick cries loudly above your house, do not relax. She might already be perched on your roof. Her prey? Pregnant women most of all. This is the oldest and most painful truth of her lore. She hunts not only flesh, but the unborn. Symbols of life she cannot have. Some stories say she was once a woman jilted in love, poisoned by grief. Others say she was cursed by consuming a black chick, a demonic creature placed into her throat during initiation rituals and ancient dark magic. Some folklore states that aswang powers are inherited through family bloodlines. In others, they are chosen, granted in exchange for wealth, youth, or vengeance. A bargain rarely ends well. A pregnant woman who sleeps unknowingly beneath her roof becomes vulnerable. Manananggal hovers above houses, her tongue slipping silently through cracks of nipa huts. The victim does not scream. She dreams lightly. She feels tired the next day. But if Manananggal is not stopped, the mother may miscarry, or worse, give birth to a pale, silent child without a heart. That is why old birthing houses in rural towns smell strongly of garlic and vinegar. They hang bundles of garlic, red onions, ash-filled leaves, salt, and holy palm incense above doorways. Crosses carved on windows, mirrors faced outward, barbed bamboo placed under roofs, salt circles drawn around beds. Even stale fish entrails, the stench believed to repel her. The root of her power is her weakness. She must return to her lower half before sunrise. If one finds her legs hidden under banana leaves, behind thickets, inside empty barns or caves, one must cover the open waste with salt, vinegar, lime juice, holy oil, ash, or crushed garlic. Some say smearing it with suka, vinegar, is most potent. Others say holy water makes her burn. If she cannot reattach, dawn will burn her alive, turn her to smoke, to ash, to memory. But hunting her is risk itself, for Manananggal may not be alone. Aswangs travel in kin. If you kill one, others may mark your house. Some elders still advise, never leave windows open during a full moon. Pregnant women must sleep facing down. Never point at strange sounds at night. Use your lips, not your finger. When a stranger visits at dusk, ask them to openly eat garlic or salted rice. If they refuse with a trembling smile, lock your doors. Older stories say Manananggal's hunger grows strongest when she smells blood or new life. In old Spanish records, priests wrote of villages claiming winged women attacked homes with expected mothers. Some missionaries dismissed it as superstition, but they never stayed long. Soldiers on patrol swore they saw silhouettes gliding above forests, wings glinting like metal under moonlight. There are stories still passed quietly. Let me tell you one. In Capiz, birthplace of many Aswang legends, there was once a young woman named Lourdes, newly married. Soft laughter like running water. She was 7 months pregnant, belly round with her first child. Her husband worked nights in the fields. When the moon rose cold and bright, Lourdes would sit by the window, brushing her hair, singing lullabies to her unborn baby. One night she noticed a woman outside, tall, slender, with hair long enough to brush the ground. She wore a dress too pale for someone who traveled at night. She stood under the coconut tree, staring upward. Lourdes felt no fear, only confusion. Then the woman lifted her face. Her eyes glowed like embers. Her smile stretched a little too wide, and when the wind blew, her shadow revealed only half a body. Lourdes gasped, slamming her window shut, but realized too late. She had left a small gap near the roof. The house fell silent. Then came the tick-tick, slow, measured, mocking. Lourdes lay under her blanket, heart racing. She remembered her mother's teachings. Shaking, she reached for the garlic beads hanging near her altar. Outside, she heard wings scraping the thatch roof. A tongue slid through the gap, thin, searching, inches away from her belly. She pressed garlic to her stomach and prayed to the Santo Niño. The tongue recoiled, hissing like fire touched it. Something screeched above, furious, wings beating aggressively. The roof shook. She heard nails dragging across wood, desperate, ravenous. Then voices, men shouting, footsteps rushing, torches. Her husband and neighbors had returned early, having sensed something wrong when the carabao refused to move near home. When men flashed their torches upward, they saw her, a winged woman crouching on the roof, intestines dangling, eyes like wet stones reflecting flame. She darted away, faster than arrows, vanishing into the tree line with a scream that made dogs whimper for days. The next morning, the men searched. Behind the bamboo grove, they found a pair of legs, woman's legs, standing upright like a forgotten statue. Dressed in a skirt now dusty, still warm as if waiting. They covered the torso wound with salt and vinegar. By sunrise, a distant scream echoed across the river, sharp, cut abruptly short. The villagers never spoke of it loudly, but they told their children never to wander at night, never to ignore garlic, never to trust the sound of wings when the sky is too clear, because Manananggal stories are not told to entertain. They are told like warnings carried through generations, told beside lamps during brownouts, told by grandmothers while cooking inamos, told by farmers resting from carabao fields, told by nurses in maternity wards who swear they hear tapping at the window on calm nights. Some spirits haunt because they died unfinished. But Manananggal lives still, unfinished by life itself. She walks among us by day. You may have passed her in the market, polite and smiling, selling healing herbs. You may have stood beside her during fiesta, thinking her eyes too dark for daylight. You may have heard tick-tick once, brushed it off as a bat. You may have smelled sweet pandan outside your window without knowing why. And if tonight the wind stops suddenly, if dogs whine and hide under tables, if you hear wings too slow for a bird, remember what the old people say. If the sound is near, she is far. If the sound is faint, she is already above you. So bolt your windows. Keep Garlic close. Do not speak her name aloud. Do not watch the sky too long. Because somewhere beyond the glow of your lamplight, a woman splits herself in two, taking to the night with hunger in her hollow belly, searching for life she cannot have, only consume. And when she hovers above your roof, shadow sliding across your floor, may the sun rise faster than her hunger. She lost her heart long ago. Now she feeds on those who still have theirs. Thanks for spending time with us here at Horror Hub. We hope tonight's story left you thinking, and maybe left you with a little shiver too. If you enjoyed this quiet dive into the unsettling, be sure to like and subscribe to join us again for more tales that intrigue and chill. Until next time, stay comfortable, stay curious, and remember, the unknown is just a story away.